Hello, righty ho. Just 24 hours after the email I received yesterday about that magnificent upcoming live box set from Michael Schenker Group, another email arrives with, well, just unbelievable news really. And this one being that the legendary Vardis are back, oh yes, with a new album which isn't really a new album. I'll tell you why as I ramble on for a bit. Now, Vardis has been a big favourite of mine since the new wave of British heavy metal days. You know, I saw him for the first time supporting Hawkwind on the Levitation tour, which was what, 1980? Blimey, 46 years. And, you know, I've loved them ever since. And it's been a decade or so since their last studio album, which was Red Eye. I think that was 2016. And as I say, just moments ago, just moments before recording this, I have an email pop in announcing the upcoming release of this new album that isn't really a new album, and it's called 100 Miles an Hour 79 Revisited. There's a clue there into what it is, but I'll read from the email blurb, which will give you the background, okay? Now, the email blurb describes it as a brand new archive album bringing together unreleased 70s studio sessions and earliest self-relief records issued for the first time. So there we are, that's what I mean by a new old or an old new album. To continue with it, it says recorded from 1977 to 1980. These sessions capture Vardis at full throttle during their transformative period, fusing hard boogie and heavy rock into the birth of the band's Nawabum sound. It goes on to say this also, recorded live at the Electric Ballroom in London and issued on Logo Records in 1980, Vardis' debut album, 100 Miles an Hour, is considered to be one of the milestones of the glorious new wave of British heavy metal period. No argument there, right? However, the roots of Vardis go way back to 1977 when they formed in Wakefield under the name of Quo Vardis. The trio quickly started to record demos, and in 1979 their 4-track 7-inch EP 100 Miles an Hour, consisting of raw, fast, almost punky... The trio quickly started to record demos, and in 1979 their 4-track 7-inch EP 100 Miles an Hour, consisting of raw, fast-paced, almost punkish versions of 100 Miles an Hour, Blue Rock, Destiny, and The World's Insane, saw the light of day via Red Bull Records, today a precious collector's item. Wish I had one. Have you still got one? Along with 5 other songs, 100 Miles an Hour 79 Revisited compiles 9 of the earliest Vardis studio recordings. 100 Miles an Hour 79 Revisited has been mastered, including additional audio restoration, by Patrick W. Engel at his Temple of Disharmony in September 2025, ensuring the best possible audio quality, and includes new liner notes by bassist Alan Selway, who says about 100 Miles an Hour 79 Revisited, "This album represents our journey from hopefuls to recording artists, plotting a course of licking stamps, building speaker boxes, wielding spanners and screwdrivers in greasy hands, and endless late nights in motorway services, after triumphant performances in all manner of venues, from grotty pubs with their sticky carpets to tour-day rock clubs filled with denim leather and shaking heads. It represents a friendship," tongue twisting again today, "it represents a friendship forged in a common goal to progress and ultimately succeed. From a boy to a man, I grew up with this band, with these comrades, these songs." The CD version of 100 Miles an Hour 79 Revisited contains 3 exclusive bonus recordings of Blue Rock, Dirty Money, and The World's Insane, recorded at OHM Studios in July 1978. Bassist Alan Selway remembers, with some inventive overdubbing of acoustic guitar, tambourine, and double-track vocals, plus my harmony vocals on the first recorded version of Blue Rock, we were beginning to explore arrangements and expand the band's capabilities beyond our usual live sound, straight down the line three-piece boogie. The release will be available on CD and LP via High Roller Records and on digital via Hoplite Records on the 24th of April 2026, which is just over 2 months from today, which is the 13th of February 2026. The email says that pre-orders are available now from High Roller. The bad news to that, whilst it is good news, pre-orders are available, that there is a little bit of bad news that to temper that I looked on High Roller Records website and there is a €160 minimum order for postage to the UK. That's right, €160 minimum. I will link to High Roller in the description for those of you that want to go by that route or feel rich enough to pay €160 postage. Sorry, not postage, but €160 minimum order. But either way, I say at the time of recording this, 13th of February 2026, that would appear to be the only outlet for a physical copy, High Roller Records, and a monstrously expensive minimum order. I would be surprised if there aren't further outlets to be announced later, or that will stock this. Surely it's not just going to be High Roller, but that remains to be seen. But I'll keep an eye out, and probably you will as well, because I want a copy of this, but I'm not prepared to pay $160 minimum order to get it from High Roller. That's just my choice, but there we are. I'll hang on and wait for other outlets to become available. But isn't it good that Vardis have done this? I say I've been with them for 46 years now, and I think they're marvellous. So that's it. A little bit of extra good news coming on the heels of the Shanker from yesterday. So there we are, Vardis, 100 miles an hour, 79 revisited. Just over 2 months to wait, and so we'll keep an eye out for additional outlets over and above High Roller, unless there are people out there that want to pay €160 minimum order, because surely there'll be other more realistic outlets available here in the UK. So that's it, Vardis, excellent. Please subscribe to the channel before you go if you wouldn't mind, because that would be excellent. And as always, until next time, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and take care.